Hey everybody, what's going on? Christian from Treasure Town here, and today we're back with another $50 penny coin roll hunt. Got the boxes right here in my hands. We're going to be looking for errors, wheat pennies, Indian head cents, other really cool items, and we also are filling out some wheat penny folders, so hopefully we can get a few more for that. I'll be searching roll by roll, updating you whenever I find something. So with that being said, let's go to the hunt. And in the first box, looks like we have two enders. One is right there on its reverse, and then here we have a 1940 something D, and then over here there is a 1940 something. So we'll look forward to seeing what those are, but we'll just start with the rolls and see what happens. And after 3 rolls, we're gonna make our way onto the scoreboard. 1947 wheat penny. So the date's 1909 to 1958, and in our last hunt we had an awesome 1909, but this one's definitely a more common one for us to find. And some great news, so we got our first pre-1940 wheat in the very next roll. It's gonna be 1939, so the last date that would qualify as pre-40, but that's normally the milestone where we consider it to be a better find for those of you who don't watch too often. So very pleased to get one so early in the hunt. And it took quite a while to get here, actually about 13 rolls or so, but we finally found something. It was a 1945D, and I believe it was an ender, but the good news is that that is a folder filler, so I've never found one of these before. First time, but super happy to be able to get another spot in the folder filled up. And as a side note, also had a 76 Canadian. A little bit of time between the last find as well, but we got 2 in this one. The first, a face-up 1945 from Philadelphia this time, and then we also had 1942, so not crazy there either, but that's 5 wheat pennies and it's less than halfway through the box, so not too bad so far. And a really quick report, 2 rolls later we have a 1957D face up, and then this Canadian penny, which is another 1976. And another awesome find, this one was face up as well, but it's a 1942S, the S meaning it was made in San Francisco, California. But the great news about that is we don't have one of those either since it was face up. I was able to check. So that makes 2 folder fillers between this and the 45D, and that's a really, really good pace for only 30 rolls in total. And another little while before we got our next find, which was a 1950 wheat penny. There's not too much to say about it, but it's good to get back on track at this point. We have 10 rolls exactly left, one of which was an ender, so we know that we're not going to get skunked in the rest of the box. And we get a reveal here after about 6 rolls of searching, a 1946 Philadelphia, so a plain coin, not anything, a little bit of corrosion there, and the back also looks a little worn, but those 2 folder fillers, really some great finds so far. See what we can do with the rest of it. So let's check out this ender, and then we'll get to the wrap up of the first box. So we'll see what we can do. Hopefully it would be awesome to get another find, or maybe have that date be something extra special, but it's going to be a 1946, so nothing too crazy there. And then I'll just quickly go through these, and I don't really cherry pick. I have a friend though who I then give all of the coins to, and he cherry picks them for me, but obviously he keeps all of them, but he'll let me know if he gets something good, and I'd probably make a video on it in that case. But a 1946 going to close out this box, and then so the results for the first half were 10 wheat pennies on the left, 2 folder fillers, and then 11 Canadians. So we'll see what happens in this box. And it took 7 rolls in the second box before we got anything, but we did get 2, and they're both reveals, which is kind of extra fun. We'll see what it is. A 1944S and a 1945. I'm going to go over to the book quickly and check it out, see if that's something we need. Looks like we've already found the 44S, but still super cool and great to get a second San Francisco in one hunt. That's not something that happens super regularly. Few rolls down the road and we got another find. This one is a 1954D, but the interesting thing I want to say is I've searched so many pennies and I've never found a 1954P or a 1954S, so I'm hoping to get some of those. This is the second 1954 coin that I've found across just an enormous amount of pennies, so we'll hope to get something without the D mint mark from 1954 in the future. And it's time for another reveal, a 1968 Canadian, but then also 1953 wheat penny. Again, that's not much. That's 4 pennies that we found Wheaties after 21 rolls, so not great pace, but we'll see what we can do. We've got 29 left. And we're chipping away at that count. Very next roll, so 22nd roll. another 1953. So this one does not look quite as good as the one before it, but we've got another one to add. 5 before midway, so that means we're on pace for 10 at least. And we've got an anniversary 1992 Canadian and a 1949D, so that's an interesting date. I may not have actually gotten one of these in the past. I'm just going to do a side-eye flip, and wow, it looks like we did get a folder filler, so that's awesome. I'm going to look forward to putting that one in the book. That's the third this hunt, and that's the best amount of folder fillers that we've had in quite a while, so really happy with that. And a few rolls later, a little bit of space in between these finds, we're going to get another one. 1949, this time without a mint mark, but still a good addition to the hunt. So we've gotten 7 so far out of 30 rolls, 20 to go. And for a little while, the finds were not really coming in, but we have a reveal here. 1955, cool. And it looks like that one might have the die deterioration that some people call a poor man's double die. And we also had a 1940 and a really beat up 1955. Then we also have this Canadian, looks to be a 1981. So sweet, and that really puts us ahead of the game in terms of the total number of wheat pennies that we've found in this box. And check this one out. I know exactly what this is. It is an awesome foreign coin, and it is Urraca 2001, so it's going to be a Panamanian coin, and there it is, República de Panamá un centésimo de Balboa. So that's a great find. It's been a little while since we've gotten a foreign coin, so it's always fun to have some of that variety in these hunts. Obviously, I'm not talking about the Canadians, but a non-Canadian, non-American coin, basically. And a super quick update here. Just found a 1958 wheat penny. And the very next roll, going to produce another find here, a 1945. So, again, nothing crazy, but we have gotten 3 folder fillers, which is way more than normal on this hunt. So I'm really not too concerned. Just adding to the quantity found is great. We're going to extend or start a larger streak. This is the 3rd roll in a row with a find. This one's going to be 1951D. So just another good find for us today. And we'll keep going, but now we've gotten quite a few Wheaties in this box, so it's actually far better than the first one. And about 3 rolls later now, we're going to find another, 1925, so a second pre-1940 for this hunt, first in this box. Good to see that. We've definitely found some of these date coins in the past, but fun addition to our hunt. And after this, we'll have 3 more rolls to go, but we had a 1951D find, as well as a 1953, so some late game surge here. We'll be doing these 3 and hopefully getting another find for you. And I was able to come up with something very last roll. We've got this, definitely has seen better days, and it's a 1941, so that's quite a coin that looks like it needs some special care, but we'll get to the wrap up and show you exactly what we found. We had another awesome hunt. So here, let's get into the wrap-up. We had a good selection, 28 in total of the Canadian cents, a lot of doubles. My favorite one is probably this nice-looking uncirculated 1970, and there wasn't too much remarkable outside of that. Then we had that awesome Panamanian find, 2001 Urraca, a 1 centésimo de Balboa. And then over here, we'll get into the 50s, but there were 27 wheat pennies in total. The coolest 50s was probably the 54D. And then we also had a bunch of the 40s with some good dates. We had the 45D, was awesome. Over here, we have that 42S. And then over here, we had the 49D as well. So 3 folder fillers. And then to top it all off, we had 2 pre-40s, the 1925 and 1939. Another really good hunt. I'm about to get into the next one. Won't release probably for 2 weeks or so, but will still be fun to check out what's next on my end. Thanks for watching the video. I'd encourage you to like, comment, and subscribe. And if you want to get in touch with me, do so on my website, treasuretownYT.com, my Instagram, TreasureTownYT, or my Facebook, TreasureTown. I've got links in the description, and I'll see you on some of my other videos.